Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and our home team. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And his first look is incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. We'll check on his status when we get back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On 2nd down now, Weathers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chase Young. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. They'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Good coverage there, holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1.
Again, Jackson will keep it.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
On the option right is Jackson.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Second and 12.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And this will be taken at the 13. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you. and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. He'll look to throw. Peterson a first down and more. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Patrick Queen came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A give to Jones. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Chase Young able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. On 3rd and 1, Jackson complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. We've seen quite a bit of a short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Play action. It's Jackson. Again, he finds Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. After 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 2nd and 9. Jackson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Quiddy Pay just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
After that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson. He finds his man complete. That's Moore. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot, if that's what they want to do.
From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. They'll try and run the option. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Little read option, the end result, the first down, so a good read.
And the way teams are running it nowadays, they've added variety to it. You know, the original way was you read the defensive end. If he crashes down, you pull it and you go. Now they may not even block that person, may end up reading the linebacker, may read the quarterback. Just depends on how they want to block it up. In any case, this worked well for them.
Now it's Jackson. He's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon, and think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
And, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Here's a 2nd and 7. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. On first down, Weathers. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Peterson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And some space here. 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Red Dragons have taken the lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And there was so much that was impressive about this play. But it wasn't just what he did downfield. How about what he did behind the line of scrimmage? This wasn't a play where he just had a direct path to get him downfield and make the big play. He had to adjust on the fly behind the line of scrimmage. And in the end, that became a tremendous run.
Yeah, he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And now a carry here for their fullback. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Jackson going to run, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, there's a trust factor in that call. Turning and handing it to the big man in the backfield, trying to pick up the 1st down. But how about the defense? They were ready for him, and they were able to stop him.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 7-yard line.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. To throw again is Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. So here's the home side to take over on offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
That last drive, let's see what happens.
Talking about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Boyd. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Love the effort. Love the dramatics. Getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there? Almost like a great ballet dancer or a tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty, and it gets you nothing. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back to throw again. Throw outside, completion to Rice. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw again. He gets this one to Boyd. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Red Dragons would extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Butker on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This 4th and final matchup on this Divisional Round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC Divisional Round game. And you can see the result there. Next, they look at the next-gen stats for the Ravens in that first half, and they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters, and that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for our home team, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now Bolden on the return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The home side once again ready to take over offensively. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Red Dragons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, CD, you know, with receivers, we talk about their speed, great hands. It's tough to quantify elusiveness, but they say he has great elusiveness, and he showed it right there with a run after the catch.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. Off play action. Jackson. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it a second down. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Right back to Dobbins on first. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if we can drive the bus here again on this drive. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 5. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Tucker now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. Now Bolden on the return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here is the home side to take over on offense. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again to Jones. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Peterson. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and 4. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He stiff-arms him. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And this is why more and more teams are getting their wide receivers involved in the running game. When you've got playmakers on the perimeter, you've got to get creative and find ways to get the ball in their hands. And here, this is a great job to get out of that initial contact and turn it into a big play.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Burgess. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
The give is to Jones. And just shutting him off there. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Red Dragons are able to stretch out their lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, it took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The home side once again ready to take over offensively. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. This is Jones. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 112 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 44. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson now. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and saying, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
So here's the home side to take over on offense. And now 1st downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Weathers, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? Got his man complete over the middle. That's Peterson. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2nd and 8. To throw is Jackson. That's complete. Left side to Bateman. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
He was brought down at the 28-yard.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson, he's going to loft one deep left side here. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that on your side.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On the give, this is their fullback. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This time it's 3rd and 3. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So nothing doing there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations, 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Quiddy Pay able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And as a result, possession switches hands. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. So after he looked really good early, they haven't been able to find the big tight end as much. What gives?
Well, sometimes that's not in the game plan defensively. They're trying to take away other people or they weren't expecting him to get off to such a hot start, but now they know he's out there. They've made a few adjustments, surrounded him with a few more people, a few different coverages. Let's see if he makes the adjustments now. Does he change up a few things to try and work his way open?
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Tucker now to add the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Now Bolden on the return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The home side once again ready to take over offensively. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Randy, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Throw left side, complete. That's Peterson. Stiff-armed, touchdown! A big play there. 46 yards. And the Red Dragons are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:51 on the clock. It's certainly a tough situation on the road, needing 2 scores to stay alive in the playoffs as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 38, and the return will stop right around the 25. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
So here is the home side to take over on offense. And checking the timeouts, they do have two defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now a first down carry by Jones. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Second down, another shot for Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Back to throw here. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he had to get this down to the 15. He won't make it. He's a yard or two short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Frank Reich, he didn't even seem hesitant about this. He wants to go for it on fourth down. They'll run it with Jones. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.